All right, hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Max. It's currently July 12th. I recorded two other videos this day, but I was just on a roll. And anyways, this is gonna be a book review for this book that we have created called Mertales, right there. And what we do, so there's this Discord group I'm a part of, and I might as well just start at the very beginning. So this is going to be a book review on Karli's book, Karli's short story in the this kind of mythology, mini anthology, and it works kind of well. This is a new thing we're kind of trying out. I'll go into it anyway. So this is going to be a video about Karli's story. And I figured I'd start at the beginning because these kind of intertwine. So it works out that we're talking about Karli's book first because actually Karli introduced me to this mythology group in early 2021. And I met Karli in NaNoWriMo, which is this writing kind of website where you can, meet other authors and try to set goals for yourself, all that kind of jazz. And she invited me originally to her Discord. And so we spent a lot of spring and summer 2021 just kind of adding people to the Discord. We'd share story ideas, we'd edit each other's works. And at the time I was writing the Tira's Diary, and she was writing her Synchrony Souls series. And this is me, an amateur writer, and Karli is a few years younger than me, but has written all these books. And this is just like one of the trilogies she's written, and it was a really cool experience because as this kind of amateur writer, I'm not really exposed to a lot of like people who are publishing their own not just short stories but novels. Um, so I before like meeting these people online, my experience to writing and self-publishing was very limited. And so just kind of getting to know Karli and reading her work, and this helped me motivate me to finish my Tears Diary series, and then ultimately, work with this group to, be a co-author in a book with my actual name on it, which is really cool. So you can like see my name down there. So I mean, it's just really cool. I will say that like, oh well, then after joining Karli's Discord, she invited me to this new Discord, which is the group that we're publishing. I will say that, writing about mermaids isn't necessarily my first choice, but like, at the same time, I think that if you're going to be like a writer, you got to get comfortable writing about different things that you might not, always want to write about. And this is very similar to cooking, I think, where if you put yourself in these positions to, outside of your comfort zone, that's when you get the most creative. So, I wouldn't change this, how this all worked out for any other way. I think that it's especially writing about this kind of topic. I was able to kind of get outside of my critique zone a little bit more. So like, I could have more of like a business mindset because this is like something that we wrote contracts. We signed contracts, and if it was just something that I was like super passionate about, I might never ever finish it. That's kind of like, why I don't really publish my Tears Diary series. That's why it took me so long to really publish YouTube videos. Anyways, overall, it's just been like a really great experience working with these people: Naomi, Ian, Heidi, Karli. There's a lot of other people in the Discord, but these are the people who we co-wrote the mythology. So I just kind of wanted to, shout all that out. I'll put the link in the description. But I'll get to the book review in a bit. But I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about like why I'm making this video specifically. So like as mentioned before, we had these we signed these contracts to be part of this mythology, and these contracts are to ensure that we get paid, but also to ensure that we're like following the general procedures, we're formatting the book correctly, just all the expectations are laid out. And that's also another thing that's been really great about this experience is just kind of like understanding what the business is like, and actually writing or not, I didn't write the contract, Naomi wrote the contract, but like signing a contract, reading it over, fulfilling all the check boxes. So, and one of those things in the contract is being part of the advertising. So, usually every month I will get these prompts, and every month I'll kind of post to my Discord group because I don't really use social media. And I'm thankful for all my friends and family who have supported us so far and bought the book. Again, link down in the description. And I know this video is just like one big advertisement to buy the book. But it's something you can do to support not just me but all these people who are really trying to hustle and make a living. So I don't really have a website, but I encourage you to at least check out their websites, see what kind of content they're making, and follow them. Again, I don't have the biggest following, but just thought this would be like a cool way to mix it up instead of just posting to the same people in Discord the entire time. So yeah, for this month of August, we're pretty much doing this thing called like Feature and Author Day. And that's why it's kind of nice that Karli worked out to be the first person so I could talk about, I guess how I met Karli through NaNoWriMo and the Discord and, her series that, we've been kind of exchanging works for some time. And so I thought it would be cool just to like make a video and kind of talk about it since like I don't know if a post could even do it like justice. So typically where to begin? So this story is called Born of Storm and or sorry, Born of Sea and Storm. And it's I kind of want to talk about our world building first. So the world building is very if you're interested in like Greek mythology, there's this kind of re-envisioning of what Atlantis is like and the type of merfolk that kind of live there. There's a lot of subtle kind of things about I guess just like the vernacular of the world. I'm kind of a nerd for things like that when like instead of saying like subtle things that we would say like God bless you, you can see that the author Karli paid attention to detail and was like, I mean, I don't think they actually used like Poseidon bless you, but you can see through like some of the vernacular of how they speak to each other. There's these subtle things that the author was very considerate about to kind of emphasize the similarities yet the differences of this culture of merfolk compared to us. Um, Another thing I like about Karli and her writing in general is how in this story and also in her Synchrony Souls stories, these she does a lot of writing things from different perspectives. I don't know if Flipped is the book I'm thinking of, but there was this book back in the day, I think it was Flipped, where like each chapter was written by a different character. And she really likes to do this, and I really enjoy like kind of getting different perspectives of the characters throughout the story. I think it can add some like good, irony in certain situations where you can kind of see what one character is thinking versus what the other characters are thinking, and just what they value. And Carly puts a lot of emphasis in really getting to know the characters, and I think that for me as like a reader, I really care a lot more about things like the characters and things like the like subtle, world building things and the setting, more so than the plot. And from these stories, I think that from Carly's story and like her other works, I kind of get this vibe that she's kind of in a similar boat where she really likes to, very much put her characters at the front, you sort of get to know them, and by getting to know these characters, you sort of get to know more about who she is. So I think I really like when authors do that. But talking a little bit about the plot, the characters are Corinna and Orion, and they sort of have this Romeo and Juliet kind of vibe. Um, you know, Corinna is this this merfolk, and she's on this quest to retrieve this rare piece of coral. And then Orion is this kind of person that she meets along the way, and Corinna's told to like stay away from the siren, and Orion, I won't try not to spoil too much, but pretty much you can kind of see it's like this don't judge a book by its cover kind of vibe mixed with like a Romeo and Juliet thing. So like they sort of think of each other as enemies, but when they like meet each other, they don't even really like know that they're like different, like they see subtle things that they're like, oh, that's cool that you have like that unique thing about your you know I don't want to talk too much about it, but like you pretty much get this sense that they don't in it, like, well, at least this is going back to the irony. Corinna doesn't really notice that Orion is like not a merfolk at the beginning, because it's a lot about how she doesn't like judge a book by its cover kind of thing. And Orion's kind of nervous about, like, if you know they can even be together at certain points because of how different their societies are, and like what will people think. So there's some things there. There's some conflict there with like love and relationships. Aside from like the love aspect, there's a lot of friendship, like a lot kind of dynamics. So like each character has this group of friends, and you sort of get to know the group of friends a bit. And it's sort of like, I would describe it kind of like, in like a JRPG or any of those like quest kind of things where like friendship kind of prevails. It's not quite the same message that friendship prevails. It's more like love prevails, but you get a lot of that playful banter um, throughout the story, which is, I personally like those kinds of stories. It's kind of refreshing. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but there's still some like serious moments in the story. Um, but yeah, pretty much that's like the plot. I guess like the main thing is like the Romeo and Juliet conflict, and where these two creatures kind of come from, and will their relationship last, kind of thing. And it's one of those things where it's like, I guess you gotta buy the book and read it to find out, So, like I said it before, I'll put the links in the description for, if you want to buy this book. Even if you don't like romance or adventures or flirty banter, there's still four other stories you can check out. But might as well, if you're gonna read any of the stories, you might as well read them all, because each one only takes like less than 30 minutes, so you don't really have a whole lot to lose. It's a very cheap buy, and it supports real people who just have a passion for writing. So, yeah, this is the book review for the monthly sort of promo day for the upcoming August 5th, which is really far into the future. It just got announced, and I really had an itch to record it. So, yeah, that's what I've got for now. I think this is video number 87. So, 13 more until we get to 100. Uh, you know, just, you know, love and life. Hope you have a good day. I'll see you later.